most worthy thane, for it is thine.
That will speak true.
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Oh, who was the thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital, confessed and proven, have overthrown him.
Lance and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not wish that your children shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
I trusted home might yet enkindle you to the crown, Thane of Cawdor. But it is strange, and oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles to betray in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told as Abbie prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success? Commencing in the truth, I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My murder yet who is but fantastical shakes so that my single state of man is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
What's going on?
If chance would have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New horrors come upon him like a strange garments cleave not to their mould, but without the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favour. My dull brain was wrought with things that hath happened. But interim having waited, let us speak our hearts free each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friends.
His execution down in Cawdor.
I spoke with one who saw him die, who did report that, very frankly, he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it.
There's no art to find the mind's construction on the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin. The sin of my ingratitude now was heavy on me. All I have to say is more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your highest part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne, doing everything safe toward your love and honour.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labour to make thee full of growing, noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There be seeds that grow, let the harvest be yours.
My plenteous joys wanton in fullness seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we hereafter name the Prince of Cumberland, which signs of greatness must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll myself be the harbinger and make my wife joyful with the hearing of your approach, so humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. The Prince of Cumberland, that is a step on which I must fall down or else overleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires, let not light see my black and deep desires. For the eye at the hand that wink, yet let that be which the eye fears, to which it sees.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned they have more than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desires to question further, they made themselves air. Then came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of a time. With hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good news to deliver, lays upon thy heart in farewell. Lance, thou art, and Cawdor, and that shalt be what thou art promised, yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. For would thou highly, that wouldst thou holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thy ear, and chastise thee with the valour of my tongue, all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical age doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What's your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who if so would have informed for preparation?
Oh, so please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarce more than made of his message.
He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse that crits the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. Fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop out the access and passage to remorse, then the compunctious visitings of nature may shake my fell purpose. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gold, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pour thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark, to cry, hold, hold! Great arms! Worthy, Cawdor.
My dearest sir, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow as he purposed.
Oh, never shall stand that mercy. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall, for all our nights and days to come, give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We shall speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favour ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
Now this castle hath a pleasant seat. The air, nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This summer guest, this temple-haunting martlet does approve that his master's beloved mansionary smells wooingly. Yeah, it's delicate.
See our honoured hostess. The love that follows us is sometimes our trouble, which we still thank as love.
All our service in every point, twice done, and then done double. We rest, your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and was theirs income to make audit at your highness's pleasure. Still return to your wife.
Give me thine hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all, end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, which, being taught bloody instructions, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath stood so great and clear in his office that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Has he asked me?
May you not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honoured me of late, and I have brought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would now be worn in the newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hood drunk? Weren't it dressed yourself? Have it slept since? Oh, and wasted now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely. From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou fear to be the same in thine acts and valour as thou art in desire? Or wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem? Letting I dare not, wait upon I would. Like the poor cat in the adage.
Breathe thee peace, I dare do all that becomes a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast? What is it then? That made you break this enterprise to me? When you just do it, then you are a man. And And I know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and not fail. When Duncan is asleep, his 2 guards will lie with wine and wassail so convinced that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swine asleep the trench natures do lie as in a death, or cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan, or put upon his bandy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted metal shall compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked those sleepy 2 of his chamber and used their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive it as other, as we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat, and away mock the time with fairer show. False face must hide what false heart doth not.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
So I take it is later. Oh, look.
Better take my sword. Well, there's husbandry in heaven. Yes, the candles are all out. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Give me my sword.
Who's there?
Friend. Sir, I've not yet rest. The king's abed. It's been an unusual pleasure. Ooh, and this diamond, he grants your wife the name of most kind hostess.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defects, which our should free have wrought.
All's good. I did dream of those 3 weird sisters last night. To you, they'd have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we should spend it in some words upon that business.
At your kind pleasure.
Now, if you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
I lose none in seeking to augment it, whilst keeping my bosom franchised and my allegiance is clear. I shall be counselled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The likes to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible as to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet in form as palpable as to which now I draw. Thou marvelest me the way I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools, oh, the other senses. Or else worth all the rest, and on thy blade dudgeon and gouts of blood, which was not so before. It is this bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, over the one half-world, nature seems dead. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, and alarmed by his sentinel the wolf, whose howls his watch and moves with a stealthy like pace. With Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabout. Whilst I threat he lives, the heat of the words of the deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons me to heaven or to hell.
That which have made them drunk have made me bold. What's to quench them have given me fire. Hark! Peace. 'Twas the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives us thus good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the fated grooms do mock the charge that snores. I have drugged their possets, but death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Oh, alack, I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid the daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it. My husband!
I have done the deed that thou hast not hear a noise.
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry, do not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
I.
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh and sleep, and one cried murder. That they did wake each other and stood again, they addressed their prayers to sleep.
We're too much together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other. As they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening to their fear, I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen when I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat?
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep, innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher of life.
What do you
Be
mean?
still it cried to all the house, glance hath murder sleep, therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more, Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Where was it that this cried? My worthy thing, you do unbend your noble strength and things to a brain sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Good carried them and smeared the sleepy graves with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again. I dare not.
Infernal purpose! Give me the daggers, the sleep, and the dead of those pictures. It is the eye of childhood that fears the painted devil. If you do bleed, I'll give the faces of the grimms with all. For it must see their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? They pluck out mine eyes. Lord, great Neptune's oceans, was this blood clean from my hand? No, my hand will rather the multitudinous seas in Arcanadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your colour, yet I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire away to our chamber, a little water clears off this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy have left you unattended. More knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion calls us and shows us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know myself, 'twere best not know my deed. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking, I wouldst thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were Hellgate and Porter, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Faith, here's a farmer that hanged himself. On the expectation of plenty, I come in, times pleaser. Have napkins I know about you, here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, who's there? In the other devil's name, oh, that's it. Faith, here's an equivocator, who can swear for both the scales against either scales, who committed treason enough, for God's sake. Yeah, could not equivocate to heaven. Come on, equivocator. Knock, knock, who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor. You come hither for stealing, aye, out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, who's there? What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I think our devil thought of it no further. I had thought to have let some of all professions that go the primrose way into the everlasting bonfire. And on, I play, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late?
Faith, we were carousing until the second cock. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. It provokes and it unprovokes. Aye, it provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink can be said to be an equivocator. With lechery, sir. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him. Makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in the sleep and giving him the lie leads him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, that it did, in the very throat of me. But I requited him for his life, and I think being too strong for him. Although he took up my legs sometimes, and yet I made a shift to cast him.
Well, is thy master stirring?
I don't know.
I'm knocking as awaked him, here he comes.
Good morrow, both.
Well, is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
Not yet.
Oh, well, he did command me to call timely upon him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
Oh, well, I know 'tis a joyful trouble, but yet 'tis one.
No, the labour we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
Well, I'll make so bold to call.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
Night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys are blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard in the air. Strange screams of death. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive or name thee.
What's the matter?
The most sacrilegious murder hath broke heads. The most, and it's stolen the life o' the building.
What is it you say, that the life?
Maybe his majesty.
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight within you, Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. Approach and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bells! Murder and treason! Malcolm and Donalbain! Banquo! Awake! Shake off this downy sleep and death's counterfeit and look on death itself.
What's the business of such a hideous trumpet cause the power the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Banquo, Banquo! Our royal master is murdered!
Whoa, alas! What? In our house?
Oh, my lady, 'tis too cruel anyway.
Had I but lived an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant there is serious mortality. All is but toys and grace and renown is dead. The wine of life is drawn. The mere lees is this left vote to brag of.
What's amiss?
You do not know it. The spring, the head, the very fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered. Oh? By who? Well, those of his chamber, it seemed, had done it. Their faces and hands were all abashed with their blood, as were their daggers, which, unwiped, were found upon their pillows. Well, they stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore you did so?
Who can be wise? Amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral, in a moment, no man. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. There the murderer steeped in their unmannerly colours, their daggers steeped in unmannerly gore. Who could refrain? Who had a heart to love and courage to make loves known?
Help me, hentai!
Oh, look to the lady!
Nothing should be spoken here without vacant and alcohols may rush and seize us. Somebody that is, I'm not yet rude.
For the love of God, will someone look to the lady?
Take her away. Come on. Come on, take her to the chamber.
And when we have hid these naked frailties of ours that suffer in exposure, let us meet and discover this most bloody piece of work. Present fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and I will fight off this undivulged pretense and this treasonous malice!
Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet again together in the hall.
Well contented.
What would you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office with a false man was easy. I'll go to England.
To Ireland, aye, our separated fortune shall make us both the safer. Where we are this dags in men's mouths, and nearer in blood than nearer bloody.
I fought a horse, and left us not with dainty of leave taking, but shift away. There's warrants in the theft which steals itself, and there's no mercy left.
And 10 I can remember well, but this sour night have trifled for my knowings.
Ah, good porter. Thou seest the heavens as trouble of man's act, threaten his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, and yet dark night strangles the travelling lamp. Is it the night's predominance, or the day's shame that darkness does the face of earth and tomb, and living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even for the deed that's done. This Tuesday last, a bonkers, howling in our bladed place, was by a mousing out, hawks at and killed.
Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Was it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Or those that Macbeth had killed?
Alas, what good could they pretend?
Well, they were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, have stolen away and fled, which puts upon them the suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Then 'tis likely the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
Ah, he is already named and he's gone to Scone to be crowned.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll go to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, I hope things are well done there. Adieu, lest our new robes sit a bit easier than our old. Oh.
Oh well.
Thou hast it now, King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as those weird women promised. And yet I fear that thou played most foully for it. I should not stand under thy posterity, but that myself shall be the root and father of many a king. I know this. But if the verity's made good upon thee, Macbeth, shall they not be my oracles as well? Set me up in hope. Hush, Banquo, hush. No more.
He is our chief guest.
If you had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast. And your things on the coming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, and I will be requesting your service.
Let your lord command upon to me my duties, which are forever knit by a most indissoluble tie.
Ride you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
we should have ever else desired your good advice, which still hath been both brave and prosperous in this day's council. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time. Betwixt now and supper I shall become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
I shall not, my lord.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, and filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow. Craving us jointly, I hie you to your horse, adieu, till you return at night. But goes Fleance with you.
Aye, my good lord, our good time does call upon us.
Well, I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be the master of his time, till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter welcome. Till supper time be alone, while then God be with you. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo dip deep, for in his royalty of nature there is genius. There is no being who I fear but him, for under him my genius is rebuked. As it is said, Mark Antony's was by Caesar's. He chid the sisters when they placed the title of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Prophet-like, they hailed him to a father of kings, placing on my head a fruitless crown and a barren scepter in my gripe, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand. No son of mine succeeding, for it be so. For Banquo's issue have I filed my mind to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
And how now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he that held you so under fortune. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation, how you were so born, so crossed, the instruments who wrought with them, and all else might say to a half soul and a notion crazed, say thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
And do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel that you pray for this good man and his issue, whose hand hath brought you to the grave?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, and in the catalogue ye go for men as scoundrels, houndrels, dogs, demi-wolves, and klebs, all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the subtle, the slow, the housekeeper, the hunter, whereby he does receive particular edition, and that writes with all men alike. Not in the station of file, not in the worst rank of manhood. Say it. If thou canst, I will put this business in your bosoms, whose execution rappels us from the hearts of us and sickly, which in his days were made perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disaster and tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it, or be rid of it.
Both of you know Banquo was my enemy.
True, my lord.
So he is yours, and in such bloody distance, his every being thrusts against the nearest of my life, and I could, with my bare-faced power, sweep him from my sight, and My bid will avouch it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are his and mine, whose loves I do make us known, that to your assistance I do make love, masking this business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command.
Your spirit shine through you. Within the next hour at most, I would advise you where to plant yourselves and acquaint the spy all the time, for in this moment it must be done tonight. And against the palace, I always thought I require a clearness with him and his boy Fleance, whose being is no less material to me than his father's, must also embrace that same dark fate of the hour. Resolve yourselves apart, I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
It is concluded, Banquo. Thou soul's flight, if it find heaven, must it find it out tonight.
Naught had, nor spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than in destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of stories fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should have indeed died with them, they think on. Things without a remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst in our poor malice there is danger in the former tooth. But let things ear from this frame disjoint. And in the affliction of our dreams that shake us nightly, whom to we have given our peace, have sent to peace, then rather ye lie on the tortured mind in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. Treason has been his worst. Nor steel, poison, malice, domestic, foreign levy can harm him further because of I.
Come on, gentle my lord, speak over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I love you, and pray be ye, but let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence with your fear. Let our faces be visits to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest Banquo and Fleance live.
But in nature's cup is not a time.
They are controllable, they are assaulable. Then be ear Chalcroft, ere the bat hath flown in his cloistered flights, ere black her cage summons that shard-born beetle and his drowsy hum shares here a deed of dreadful note. It comes.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest child. For it is a while till thou applaud thy deed, and with thy bloody and invisible hand counsel and tear the great bond of these pieces, which keeps my face pale. Thou marvelest me at my words, but know this: things bad begun, strung by themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
he join with us?
Macbeth. He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we must do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day.
Hark! I hear horses.
You select that home!
Tis he then, since the rest of the within the note of expectation are already within the court.
His horses go about.
Almost an hour, but he does usually, so all men do from hence to the palace gate, make it their walk. A light. A light!
Tis he. Stand to it.
There should be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, treachery! Treachery! It's mine! Please, 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 please,
That is revenge! Oh, slave!
Who did strike out the lights?
What's not the way?
There's but one down, the sun is fled. We've lost best half our affair.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
Know your own degrees, drink, and at last the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Be large in mirth and drink the table round. There's blood on thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better he without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut, that I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Thou better hast done the like for Fleance. Is he gone?
Most royal sir, Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I am cribbed, confined, trapped to these saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo is safe.
Aye, my good lord. Safe in a ditch he bides with 20 trench gashes on his head, the least to death to nature.
Thank you for that. There the grown serpent lies. And though the worm has fled, venom will breed. But for now, there are no teeth present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we shall hear ourselves again. Be large in appetites, my friends, and drink the table anon.
May it please your highness sit.
Our country shares the honor root, and we share the grace person of our presence of Banquo. For thy unkindness, thy pity, mischance.
His absence lays blame upon his promise, sir. Please, your Royal Highness, to grace us with your presence.
The table is full.
Here is a seat reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which one of you has done this? Thou cannot say I have done this. I never did shake. Thy glory looks at me.
Gentleman writes, His Highness is not well.
Sit! Worthy friends, my lord is often thus and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will be well again. If you so much as notice him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am the bold one that looks upon the face that would appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your face. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts and posters of true fear would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire, authorized by her grandma. Oh, shame itself! Why do you make such faces? When it was done, you looked but on a stool.
PVC then, look, behold, lo, if thou canst not nudge, if chance and charnel houses can bid thee so, and to our monuments shall moors of the kites.
What? Quite unmanned and fully?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie for shame.
Blood still hath been shed ere now in the olden time, ere human statute purged within the golden wheel, and I since too have seen murders performed too horrible for mine ear.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Do not muse at me, my worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, and to those of you who know me, it is nothing. Come and love, how to all the table, give me more wine. Fill full! And we shall drink to the general joy all the table, and to our most worthy friend, Banquo, whom we do miss. To all in him we thirst. Quit and avoid thy sight. Hide, let the earth hide thee. Thou bone is marrowless, and thy blood is cold. Which dost thou glare with?
Think of this, worthy friends, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare I dare? Thou approach like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros, the Hyrcan tiger. Take any form, but that an eye shall never tremble or shake with fear. I might live again if thy devils with thy sword. This horrible shadow hands, unreal mockery hands. Right now, he is gone. I pray you, sit still. My friends, sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with the most admired disorder.
Can such things be an overcomers as to such? And what sights are here, my dear friends? And you behold with your natural ruby of cheeks, whilst mine are blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night. I would better help attend your majesty.
A kind good night to you all.
It is said, blood will have blood. They say blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, trees to speak. By my God, pies are chores and rows and books to play with. But what is of the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou, Macduff denies person at our bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I did, but yet I must, if thou is sure. By times I will the weird sisters, more shall they speak. For I am pained to know, for better or for worse.
You lack the season of all natures, sleep.
Come, will to sleep. Why strange and hard abuses me, and the strength I do use, but yet we are young indeed.
My former speeches have been your thoughts, which may interpret further. Only, I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth, married. He was dead, and the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom, you could say, if it please you, Fleance killed. The Fleance fled, men must not walk too late. And who cannot want, and how monstrous it was, for Malcolm and Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact! How it did grieve Macbeth! Did he not straight in pious rays the two delinquents tear, that were slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was it not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too. For it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. But, I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that, having Duncan's sons under his key, as, and will please heaven, he shall not, they would find what 'twere to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace, for broad words and cause, he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast. I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Son, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court.
Oh my God!
And is received by the most pious Edward with such grace that malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his higher respect. Thither Macduff have gone to pray the Holy King upon his aid to wake Northumberland, and like Siward, that with these and him above to ratify the work. Oh, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, and feast free from Banquo's bloody knives, and do faithful homage and receive free honours, all which we pine for now. This report hath so exasperated the king that he does prepare for some attempt at war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did. And with an absolute "sir, not I," the cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as who should say, "You'll rule the day that comes me with this answer."
And that might well advise him to a caution to hold what distance his wisdom could provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harpier cries, "'Tis time, 'tis time!" Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw, toad that under cold stone, days and nights have 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, which is money. War and golf of the Reay, salt sea shark. Root of hemlock, digged in the dark. Finger of birth strangled babe. Ditch delivered by a jab, make the gruel thick and salad. Add thereto the tiger's children. Sure. For the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags, what is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you that by which you profess. Answer me, though you untie the winds and confound and swallow navigation up against the use of churches, and though nature's germs do tumble altogether, even this destruction sicken me. To what is it, I ask you, that you do?
Speak!
Demand.
We'll answer. Say, if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call him, let me see him.
Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thy naught.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife, dismiss me, enough.
Thou hast harped my better part of man, and struck me of my fear, but one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth!
If I had 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody bold and resolute, laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear thee? But I shall make double assurance sure, and take a bond of faith. Thou shalt not live, and I sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and upon thy baby brow sits the round cup of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care, who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Burnham Wood to high Duncan's hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the earth unfix his earth-bound root, and shall the high place Macbeth of Burnham Wood to rise Duncan's? But pay my breath to time and mortal custom. I ask you one word more. Can Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
No, I will be satisfied, but deny me this, and an eternal curse shall fall on you all. What sings this cauldron? What noise is this?
Show!
Show! Show! Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art shouldered like of the devil, Banquo, down! Why do you show me this? Filthy hags, start! Eyes, what is it that stretches of this line at the crack of doom? Yet a second one appears, and a third that rises the glass of her head. I sit with this crowd. Horrible shadows hence. It is thine. What is this of this pernicious hour? Let it stand I accursed in the calendar. What more? Come in without hither. Saw you not the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my good lord.
Accursed be the wind whereon they ride, and banish those who listen to their lies. I heard the galloping of a horse. Who was it that came by?
Oh, just but 2 or 3, my lord, that came to give you word that, Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my lord.
All time anticipatest thou dread exploits. I tell you now, the very first things of my hand shall be the very first things of my heart. I shall seize the castle of Macduff upon fight and to the edge of the sword, his wife, his babes, and anyone unfortunate enough to trace him in his treacherous lie. Come, bring me to these gentlemen wherever they are.
What had he done to make him fly land?
You must have patience,
Oh,
my dear.
he had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom! To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion, his titles, and the place he wants himself to fly. He loves us, not
My pretty cousin, school yourself, but for your husband. He is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and yet know not ourselves, when we hold rumour to what we fear and yet know not what we fear, and float upon a wild and violent sea each way and move. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. Fly, as Macduff did, be not found here, hence with your little ones. My pretty cousin, things at their worst may cease, but rise up to what they were before.
fathered he is, but he is fatherless.
I am a fool, should I stay much longer? Everything be ready if your mind is so. I take my leave. My lady blessings upon you.
Sarah, your father is dead. What will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What? With worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Oh, poor bird. Thou never did fear the net, nor line, the pitfall, nor the gin.
Where should I, mother? Poor birds they are not set for. My father is not dead, from your saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I could buy me 20 at any market.
And you'll buy him to sell again.
Thou speakst with all thy wit, and yet, in faith, with wit enough for thee.
Is my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
One that swears and lies.
Be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor. I must be hanged.
Who must hang them?
The honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. For there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Now, God help thee, poor monkey. Oh, how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you would weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign I shall quickly have a new father.
Oh, poor prattler, how thou storms. Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. I remember now, I'm in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable. To do good, sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up this womanly defence to say that I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place unsanctified, but such as thou may find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest! Thou shaghead villain!
What, you egg? Young friar treachery!
He has killed me, mother! Run away! I pray you! Mother!
seek out some desolate shade, and there we pass our bosoms empty.
Well, let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and, like good men, bestride our downfall and birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven across the face, that it resounds as if felt with Scotland and yelled out like a syllable of dollar.
But I believe I'll wail, what no believe, and what I can address as I shall find the time to friend, I will. What you have said, it may be so, perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once not honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you, yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom, to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
Well, I am not treacherous!
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil an imperial charge, but I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. The angels are bright still, yet the brightest fell. Though all things foul must wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
But I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts. Why in that leave-taking left you, wife and child, those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking? I pray you, let not my jealousies be your disorders, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Oh, bleed, bleed, poor country, great tyranny. Lay foul, thy bases sure, for goodness dare not check thee. Where foul thy wrongs, the title is a fid. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain thou think'st, for the whole space is in the tyrant's hand, and the rich east to boot.
You're not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands, but for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer, and more sundry ways than ever by him that shall succeed.
And who is he?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted that, when they shall be opened, Black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and the poor state esteemed him as a lamb compared with my infamous harms.
Oh, not in the legions of horrid hell could come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
Well, I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking in every sin that has a name, but there's no bottom, none. In my voluptuousness, your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids cannot fill up the cistern of my lust, and my desire, all continent impediments would overbear that did oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and the fall of many kings, but fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. We have willing dames enough. There cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves.
With this, in my most ill-composed affection, grows such a staunchness avarice that, were I king, I should cut the nobles of their lands, desire his jewels in this other's house, then I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
Well, this avarice sticks deeper and grows with more pernicious root than hath summer seeming lust. But fear not yet. Scotland hath foursomes to fill up your will of your mere own. All these are portable with other graces ways.
But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting it many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into heaven, abroad the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Oh, Scotland, Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody sceptred, when will you see thy wholesome days again, when the truest issue of thy breed by his own interdiction stands accursed and does blaspheme his breed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee was oftener upon her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well, Lord. These evil Sarapetists hath banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath, from my soul, wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honour. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these dreams, hath sought to win me in his power. But modest wisdom plucks me from over credulous haste. God above, deal between me and thee, for even now I put myself to thy direction, and speak mine own detraction here, abjure the taints and blames I lay upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to woman, never was forsworn, scarcely has coveted what was mine own, no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before they here approach, old Siward and 10,000 warlike men already at the point of setting forth. Now we're together, and our chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
I mean, such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile. Oh, ever gentle husband, welcome hither. Stands Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, cannot be called our mother but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing once seemed to smile, where sighs and shrieks and groans that rend the air are made, not marked, and violent sorrows seem a modern ecstasy, where the dead man's knell scarce asks for who, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or they sicken.
Our relation, yet too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
Each hour doth this the speaker. Every minute seems a new one.
Well, I mean, how does my wife and my children? The tyrant hasn't battered at their peace.
They were well at peace when I did leave them.
Okay, well then be not a one miser of your speech. How goest?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumour of many worthy fellows that were out. It was, to my belief, witness the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time for help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight, doff their dire dresses.
Be it their comfort we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good Siward and 10,000 men.
But I could offer this comfort with the like. But I have words that would be howled out into the desert air we're here and should not latch them.
Well, I mean, what concern they? Is it the general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
no mind that's honest. But in it shares some woe, though. The main part pertains to you alone.
Well, if it is mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let your ears not despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound ever yet they heard.
Oh, I guess it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered to relate to the manner were on the quarry of these murdered deer, to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven! What, man? Never pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers your fraught heart and bids it break.
And my children too.
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
Well, I must be from hence, and my wife killed too.
I have said.
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of this deadly grief to cure this great revenge.
He has no children. Oh, my pretty ones, did you say? Oh, hellkite. Oh, my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop.
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I cannot help but feel it like a man and remember the way things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Oh, sinful Macduff, they were struck for thee, not for their own sins, but for yours. Fell slaughter upon their souls. Oh, heaven, help them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and the braggart with mine tongue. Oh, gentle heavens, cut short all interdiction. Face to face place this fiend of Scotland and myself. And if he scape, oh, heaven help him now.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready, our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what here you may. The night is long, that never finds the day.
Watched with you, yet can you see no truth in your reports. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into battle, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
Great perturbation in nature. What have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, here she comes, and upon my life, fast asleep.
How came she by that light?
Well, it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action to her. I have known her continue for a quarter of an hour. Yet, here's a spot.
Oh, she speaks.
Out, dumb spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. 'Tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! What? A soldier and a feared? What need we fear who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
if I've had a wife, where is she now? What? Will these hands now be clean? Oh, no, more of that, my lord, no more of that, you more! Oh, but this sorting!
Go to, you have heard what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I'm sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Here's the smell of bloodstone. All the perfumes of Arabia once fleeting. This little hand. Oh. Oh.
What a sigh is there? The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's very. He cannot come out of his grave. To bed, to bed, to bed. There's a knocking at the gate. Come, give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed, to bed.
You go now to bed?
Directly.
Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows shall discharge their secrets. More need she, the divine, than the physician. God forgive us all.
The English powers are near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Siward, and the good Macduff. Revenge plans them.
Well, near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way they are coming.
How goes the time?
Great Duncan, he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking to his hands? Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love, when all that is within him condemns itself for being there.
Well, march me on to Burnham to give obedience when 'tis truly owed.
Bring me no more reports till Burnham Wood remove to Dunsinane. I cannot tame with fear. What's the boy? Malcolm, was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, no man born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. So fly, false stains, mingle with the putrid English. The mind I sway by, and bear shall never sag nor doubt, shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon, where godst thou goose look?
There is 10,000
geese, villains,
soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face, overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers patch are the counsellors to fear? Where do these soldiers wave face?
The English forces, so please you.
Take thy feints with you. Seyton, I am sick at heart. Seyton, I say, I am old of age. I have fallen into seer. The yellow leaf as honor, love, obedience, troops of friends. I am sick at heart. Seyton, I say.
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news is more?
All is confirmed which was reported, my lord.
I'll fight till the skin be hacked off from my bones. Give me my armor.
It is not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out the country horses, scare the country round, hang those who cloak of fear and give me mine armor. How goes your patient, Doctor?
Not so sick, my lord. She is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from sleep.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the rooted sorrow, raise out the written rays of memory. Or give her some sweet, oblivious antidote that will cleanse this stuffed bosom of her perilous stuff which weighs upon her heart.
These things the patient must minister to herself.
Throw physic to the dogs. I'll none of it. Come, bring me mine armor. I'll put it on. Bring me my star. Porter, send our doctor. These things, they cast out our land. The water is disease. You must cure her. Pull it off, I say. What rhubarb, what sign, what purgative drug would scour these English hence? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear of something.
I am not afraid. I am not afraid of death nor bane, till Burnham would come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me near.
The wood of Burnham. Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it for him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery ere a report of us.
We learn no other, but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope. None serve him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe, that certain strokes must arbitrate towards which advance the war.
Got these done, sir.
Hang out our banners on the outer walls. The cry is still they come. How castle strength will laugh a skeed to scorn. Here, let them not lie till famine and the ague eat them up. What is that noise?
It was the cry of women, my good lord.
The time has passed when such a noise would have feared me down. Since when my nerves would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fell of hair, direst to the familiarity, cannot once not start with me. Seyton, I say. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of our recorded time, and all our yesterdays lighted fools this way to the dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets upon this stage. To hear it no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Enjoy your wrath if it be not so. Within these 3 miles we see coming, I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakest false anon, upon the next tree, thou shalt hang alive till famine cling thee. If thou dost speak as such, I pull into doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like the truth. Fear not till burning wood comes, and now you tell me till burning wood or what comes? Arm, and out. There is no hence hurrying here. I gently weary of the sun. And to the estate all would be here now undone. Ring your alarm bell, blow, wind, rack, come! At least who have harness to our back.
Now near enough. Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon us what else remains to do.
Are you well, son?
Thank you, father.
Let the trumpets speak, give them breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. And say to thou, what is he that was born of a woman? Am I to fear or none?
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No more fearful.
Thou liest the poor retirement of my soul, I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou wast born a woman.
That way the noise was, tyrant, show thy face. If thou be slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattled edge I'll sheathe again undeeded. Well, there thou shouldst be by this great clatter, one of greatest note seems bruited. let me find him fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord. The tyrant's people are fighting on both sides, and our noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day itself professes yours.
Let us enter the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die? Whilst I see these lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee black. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words, my voice is in my sword. Thou art bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
As easy mayest thou, the entrenchant air, I bear a charmed life, one that will not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and tell the angel whom thou still hast served, tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better parts of man. For these juggling fiends I have listened, and they have poisoned mine ear. To a promise they are broken, to a hope it has been lost. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze o' the time. We'll have thee, as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole, and under it, here may ye see the tyrant.
I will not yield. To kiss the feet before young Malcolm's, or to be baited by the rabble's curse, till Burnham would remove to Dunsinane, as thou opposed, being of no woman born. Yet I tried the last, and lay on my body, and damned be him that first cries, hold, enough!
Why would the friends we missed were safe arrived?
Some must go off, and yet so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing. And your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid the soldier's debts. He only lived but till he was a man, no sooner which had his prowess confirmed, but like a man he died. Then he is dead. Aye, and brought off the field. Let your cause of sorrow not be measured by his worth, for it hath no end. Why then? Oh, God's soldier be he. And I, as many sons as I have heirs, I would not wish to them a fairer death. And so his Nella's none.
He's worth more sorrow. And that I'll spend for him.
Hail, King! For so thou art, and behold, the cursed usurper's head. The time is free. I see thee compassed in thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutations in their minds, whose voices I desire, aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first and ever Scotland in such an honour named. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time, than calling home our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth cruel ministers of this dead butcher, and his fiend-like queen who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands took off her life. This and what needful else that shall come unto us, by the grace of grace we shall perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
Huzzah!
Scotland!
charity to support. This season is Papyrus, a UK charity dedicated to the prevention of suicide and the promotion of positive mental health and emotional well-being in young people. Their confidential call, text and email service, Hopeline 24/7, is staffed by trained suicide prevention advisors who work with young people and anyone concerned for a young person to help keep them safe from suicide. There will be donation buckets at the door if you have any change spare for this important cause. Thank you for coming and have a safe journey home.
All of you have made a very cool decision, and by that I mean you're here on the last night, and we have a little tradition at the NNT on the last night. So could I please invite our lovely production team to join us up on stage? First things first, we have a couple little surprises, little treats for you all, but I think it's well deserved. You've gone through this whole big process. You should have a bow. Go for it. It is your show. We have flowers for you hidden backstage.
I couldn't find them.
There we go. Stay yeah, it's been an absolute wonder working on this show alongside you guys. We've adapted to a brand new space that we didn't have last year or the year before that. The NNT does nothing if not improvise and adapt, and these lovely people have been a big part of making that happen. So yeah, this is Macbeth. Thank you very much for coming along, and I hope you enjoy and get home safe.